Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. I wanted to continue the conversation today around money. Yes, we all love money. And I started the conversation on the You Have the Power To podcast, episode 36, Money, Part 1. And I shared a really powerful manifestation story about my husband Ryan and I, and moving to the Florida Keys. And I also talked about buying courses and programs out of FOMO or fear or lack, or now abundance for me personally. And I hope you go back and listen to that podcast episode if you haven't yet. In this episode, I wanted to tag onto that a little bit because I didn't end up sharing about the decision I had made in 2022, which was to join a consulting and coaching company as a 1099, and I did that in April of 2022. And when I made that decision, I did it out of fear. I did it out of fear and lack. And I did it from a place of not really believing in myself and giving my own business and my own content enough of a chance. And I see this mistake out there a lot with other coaches, hence why I think it's really important to share my story and my journey today, because I really believe that it's something that can help others, which is why should you care? That would be why. Because there's a lot of those coaches that keep spending and spending and spending, and they join another mastermind and they're paying all these high tickets. And it's like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? And I really want to create some awareness around this conversation. And often too, I see a lot of people that really skip out on having one-on-one coaching experience to keep buying all these other programs. And these programs that are great and they serve a purpose. Heck, I've joined lots of them and have had amazing experiences. But when you choose to work with someone one-on-one, someone you feel aligned with, that has walked the walk before you and really can understand what you're going through, you are going to move so much faster. So again, in alignment with a conversation about money, I think it's really important to have some awareness around why you're spending it and what are the results that you can expect to get from it, and is it really going to move you forward with what you're trying to accomplish. So when I joined that company in April of 2022, I was super excited. I drank the Kool-Aid big time for about 2 months. And then all of a sudden my intuition started to kick in. And I was like, oh gosh, there are so many disconnects in this company's business energetics. And if you've been following me for a long time, you know that energetics is something that I am super, super passionate about. Studying and really applying in my life and business and helping my clients with. So imagine joining a company and seeing all of these things and feeling all of these things that were just not right within the people, within the clients, within the content, within information that was shared. It was just all across the board. And what happened in June of 2020, I had a psychic vision that the CEO had been fired. And sure enough, in July, when I was in Sedona with my sister and my 2 nieces, he was fired. And in my psychic vision, I knew why he was fired. And in reality, in terms of the rest of the company, no one ever really knew what happened, but it had been unveiled to me in the vision. So it was a pretty amazing, like Mr. Toad's wild ride of really building my own confidence as a coach, which I really do give a lot of credit to the company for. That was a huge takeaway. They always say, mistakes are lessons. So that was one of them. I really realized what an amazing coach I am, and it built my confidence like big time. And also it helped me also realize that I'm really strong at understanding energetics. So those were my lessons. But what ended up happening in July was me going, I have got to get out of this contract. Please, God, help me. And if you know me, you know I don't like to sit and stress. I don't like to sit and overwhelm. It is not something that I subscribe to. That is not in alignment with the universe. We are supposed to be at peace and joy and happiness. And so I walk out the walk on that. So I left it to the universe. I said, please, how can this get better? How can I get out of this contract? How can I move forward? How can I behave in the meantime? Like, what is in most alignment with the contract? And how can you help me? So I ended up having a conversation with my one-on-one coach that I can call on occasion. We don't have a specific agreement. I've been working with her for so long, so I can still reach out to her, and she could see what I felt and that I was going to be let out of the contract, but she didn't know how. So she was like, it's going to happen. You're going to part ways with them, but I don't know. I can't see how right now. It just hasn't unveiled itself. The plan has not unveiled itself. So I'm like, okay, but that at least gave me peace. Again, important to work with someone one-on-one. That gave me peace so I could just continue on my day and do the best that I could, as well as help all the clients. So I ended up in August, and I'm recording this now for a reason. August 4th, I ended up coming across a online sales coach named Cassie Howard. And it's always like 6 degrees of separation in the coaching world. And if you're an online coach, you probably know and agree, like, I found her through this coach, through that coach, through that coach. And that's exactly what happened. I found her through one coach that had a mentorship call with another coach on a Zoom call, and then that coach did that, and I followed that coach, and then led me to Cassie. So anyhow, so Cassie Howard is a fantastic online sales coach. She means business, and she has made millions of dollars. And instead of signing up for her program from a place of FOMO, like I had made the mistake a couple of years ago, it ended up being fine, as I explained in the podcast, but I do recognize where it originally stemmed from, which was hence my call out. I placed it from a place of like just wanting to learn. I was like, I want to learn. I want to learn how to get better at selling my programs. I want to learn how to market myself. I want to do a better job on Instagram. I had a whole list of things that I knew after sitting with myself for about a month that I needed to sharpen my saw on. And so hence when I stumbled upon Cassie, I was like, gosh, this is a really great online mentor that I can sign up for some courses of hers and really take the time and be present and consume the material and start to take the action. And I did immediately. So I signed up August 4th, August 8th, jumped full in on her year-long container and immediately started taking action. And that's what's important. People, you have to be taking some action. Am I telling you to stress out your nervous system? No, I'm not telling you to do that. But you have to take action. And there's too many people that are sitting and consuming and consuming and consuming, and they are not taking action. So I took action and I started to put into place and implement the things that she was teaching in her online recorded and live courses. And sure enough, as magic would happen, on September 11th, the company let me out of my contract. Just was like, we need to part ways. You're online. You're creating confusion within our company because you're selling your programs. I knew I was not in violation of the contract. I would never, ever do that. But it was not in alignment with what they were looking at having for their coaches. They really wanted their coaches to be fully ingrained into their product, and I wasn't. I'm a 1099. Technically, I could sell my things legally. So we peacefully parted ways, and I'm very, very, very grateful for that experience because, again, it built my confidence as a coach and confidence as a business energetic consultant, and and even as a psychic. Pretty freaking weird, right? So I really wanted to share this story because, again, too many people, especially online coaches, are making decisions based on external factors that are really not in their highest good. They're really not in their highest good. So take a second and really, take a journal, a pad of paper, and take a deep dive into your business. I offer something called the Beyond Basic Business Audit, where I take a deep dive with you and really look at your content and can help you talk about energetics, talk about strategy. I think it is such an amazing program, and I don't know any other coach out there that does this. And I want to do that with people because I know that I would have really benefited from this at this point in time in my journey. Now I've surpassed in my journey, but going back, like what would have really helped me is a program like that could be just like a one-time payment, a one and done, as far as someone really taking the time and honestly helping me through some mindset things, through some limiting beliefs, through the energetics, through some strategy, some ideas across pretty much any platform. Heck, I even know websites and SEO. Did you know that? So it's pretty amazing. So definitely if you're interested, again, it's called the Beyond Basic Business Audit. I also have a lot of just one-on-one laser sessions. You can check out my website, melindavanfleet.com, and see if any of those things interest you. But I am here to really help you not waste so much money like I have done in the past. And granted, yes, mistakes are lessons. I totally get that. I'm a 3-5 profile in human design, so I'm actually the last person that needs to be told that. But it still makes me laugh all the time when I call it a mistake. So anyhow, so I hope this video helps you. I feel really good in sharing it because of what I see out there. And I really believe that if people just had a little bit more conscious awareness around where they're spending their money and their time and their energy, and really dialed in on being more specific as to what can help them, they would go so much further, so much faster, make more money, and also save some too. So thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and leave me a comment to let me know what resonated. And I appreciate you watching, sharing, and connecting with me. Thanks.